You know those really weird, vivid dreams you have sometimes? What if I told you they're not just random, bizarre movies your brain is playing? We're now discovering that dreaming is actually a critical form of therapy, a way your brain literally heals itself from the emotional hits of the day. So, how does this nightly therapy session actually work? Let's get into it.
We've all been there, right? You have an incredibly intense dream, and for the rest of the day, you just can't shake that feeling it left behind. Maybe it was anxiety, maybe it was pure joy, whatever it was, that emotional echo just sticks with you.
Well, it turns out that feeling, it's not random at all. It's actually the evidence of something incredible happening inside your head. It's your brain performing a kind of emotional first aid while you sleep, meticulously working through all your experiences.
Okay, so to really understand how this nightly therapy works, we first have to understand the architecture of sleep itself, because it's not just one long blackout. Nope, it's a super dynamic, really structured cycle.
See, our brain moves through these different stages of sleep in a pretty predictable rhythm. Each full cycle takes about 90 minutes, and we go through several of these every single night, one after the other.
The two main states are non-REM or NREM sleep, and of course, REM sleep. And here's a really simple way to think about it. NREM sleep is for filing away the facts. It's like consolidating information. But REM sleep, that's where we process the feelings.
And REM sleep is it's fascinatingly weird. It's a total paradox. Your brain is as active as it is when you're wide awake, but your body is completely paralyzed. And that's a good thing. It's to stop you from literally acting out your dreams. This is also where most of our vivid, story-like dreaming happens, and it really takes over in the second half of the night, especially in those hours just before you wake up.
So how in the world does this bizarre paradoxical state become a therapeutic one? This is where we get to the absolute core of our story, the specific science of how your brain heals itself while you dream.
It all comes down to one key molecule called noradrenaline. You can basically think of this as the brain's main stress and anxiety chemical. When you're awake and feeling stressed or on edge, your brain is just flooded with this stuff.
Now, check this out. This chart is really the key to the whole thing. You can see noradrenaline is present when we're awake, and it's even hanging around during NREM sleep. But just look what happens during REM sleep. It completely flatlines. Poof, it's gone. And this is the crucial point. As neuroscientist Matthew Walker puts it, REM sleep is literally the only time in a 24-hour period that our brain is completely free from this anxiety-producing chemical. The only time. And this just perfectly illustrates the genius of our biology. By removing the stress chemical, the brain creates this perfectly safe, neurochemically calm environment. It can go back and revisit difficult or even painful memories without triggering that same intense, painful emotional reaction. This leads to what's called the sleep to forget, sleep to remember hypothesis. During REM, the brain reactivates the circuits from recent emotional experiences. But because there's no noradrenaline, it actually weakens the connection to the painful emotion. It lets you keep the memory, the lesson, but it gets rid of the visceral pain.
I absolutely love this metaphor. It's like REM sleep peels away that bitter emotional rind, so you're just left with the valuable, information-rich fruit of the memory itself. You remember what happened, you learn from it, but you forget the pain. And hey, this isn't just some nice theory. The science really backs it up. Studies show that after a night of sleep, the amygdala, that's the brain's emotional alarm center, is way less reactive to negative stuff. And other recent research shows that people who can recall their dreams actually have better emotional regulation the next day. The process works. It's real.
But what happens when this delicate, beautiful, healing system breaks down? Well, this is exactly what we think is going on in conditions like post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. So in a healthy brain, REM sleep is this low-anxiety, safe space. But in a brain struggling with PTSD, those noradrenaline levels stay abnormally high, even during REM. So instead of stripping the emotion from a traumatic memory, the brain just strengthens the fear. The dream becomes a nightmare that re-traumatizes the person night after night.
The good news, though, is that understanding this mechanism has led to brand new therapies. For example, imagery rehearsal therapy helps people literally rewrite their nightmare scripts while they're awake to create a safer memory. And other techniques use things like sounds or smells during sleep to trigger those safer memories, basically helping the brain finally heal.
So look, this isn't just about major trauma. This nightly healing process is essential for every single one of us, and when we fail to protect it, there are real-world consequences for our daily lives.
When you're deprived of that critical REM sleep, you're not just tired and grumpy. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that regulates emotions and helps you understand other people, it gets impaired. You become way less able to read social cues, you start seeing neutral faces as threatening, and all of a sudden minor disagreements can escalate into huge conflicts.
And that leads us to this really powerful takeaway. We all know that saying, time heals all wounds, but the science is actually more specific. It's the time we spend in REM sleep, in dream sleep, that truly allows for emotional healing.
So, the question for you is, knowing that every single night offers a chance for emotional resolution, what's one thing you'll do tonight to prioritize and protect this incredible, natural form of therapy that's happening inside your own head?